Hey guys, it's Heart, and I finally got a new camera. I got the G7X, which I had before, but it had some serious problems, like it would barely record. So frustrating. So I gave in. I sold my T6i, I sold that one, and I bought a really great condition Canon G7X. So this is what I'm going to be using from now on. It might be a little bit worse quality, sound quality, I don't know. But I thought it was most practical because I'm going to be going off to college next year, and if I want to vlog, I don't want to have like this big bulky DSLR. So I thought it was just really practical, and I feel like it still has pretty good quality and sound quality, so hopefully that's okay. And anyways, sorry for rambling. Today I'm going to be dressing my dolls as each Taylor Swift era. So if you don't know, us Swifties define Taylor's eras as like her different albums, so like Debut, Fearless, Speak Now, Red, 1989, Reputation, Lover, Folklore. So those are her 8 albums, and today I'm going to be kind of dressing my dolls as each one of them. So just note, this is kind of like the aesthetic of the whole era. It doesn't really have to be the album cover or anything, or any super specific outfits that she wore. Although I did try to model the outfits off of either her tour outfits or the album cover itself, so it's not going to be exact, but they're kind of influenced by that. So let's get started. So obviously Debut is first. It was Taylor's first album. She was 16, which is absolutely crazy. I can't imagine that. Like, I'm 17 right now, so clearly Taylor was doing better than I am. When I think of this album, I kind of think of like the green and blue country little young Taylor, and I think of green and blue because of the album cover, so that's what inspired the first look. So somebody sent this shirt to me in my P.O Box. I don't exactly know who or where it's from, but this just kind of had the blue and green color scheme that I was talking about, and I paired it with this little skirt, which I think it kind of just really looks like something young Taylor would wear. And then of course these boots that are kind of cowboy inspired, and they have that little green decal. So I thought it was really cute and kind of went along with it. So the next era is Fearless, which this is the album cover. It's very like tan yellowish, but I decided to kind of not go that way because when I think of Fearless, I really think of her tour, which is was her first tour. So iconic, and she always wore this sparkly, really like shimmery dress, and I wanted to kind of do that. And she also wore like really tall black boots with that dress, which I don't have tall black boots, but I have kind of tall brownish ones, so that's what I used. And for your enjoyment, here's a picture of me dressed up as Fearless era Taylor. Don't ever question how long I've been a stan, because it's been a long time. I've been here since Debut, so let's show you the Fearless outfit. So next is Speak Now, and Speak Now is, when you think Speak Now, I think purple because of the album cover. And I honestly, when I think of Speak Now, I think of her tour, which was super iconic with the purple dress and the ponytail. But unfortunately, it didn't have a short purple dress, so I kind of went for the album cover instead, but it still has the same kind of vibe. And she just had this like really beautiful flowy hair in the album cover. It was like blowing in the wind. Speak Now is definitely up there in terms of my favorite Taylor albums. I can't even rank them because it'd be way too hard for me, but I think Speak Now is so like defining. But yeah, Speak Now is amazing. It's my sister's favorite album from Taylor, and I think it's definitely up there. So next is Red, and obviously I had to go with a red kind of color scheme, but the album cover doesn't really show her outfit, so I went again for her tour. I feel like this is a common theme, I didn't even realize. So I went for this black and white striped top that she wore on tour. I'll put a picture of it here, and she wore really bright red pants with it, but obviously I didn't have that. So I went for kind of still a red, black and white color scheme, and I think it still looks very Red era, but it's not exact to the tour. And she also like had this big sponsorship with Keds during the Red era. Like that was like, it sticks out in my mind really, like her Keds sponsorship. Like she had her own line of Keds. And again, I don't have Keds, so I kind of have these little like red Mary Janes, and I think they're really cute and still work. So here's the outfit. Next is 1989, her first pop album. Literally, I feel like everything that she does is iconic, but 1989 really is like a huge milestone because it was her first pop category album, and it's very like pop sounding with a lot of electronic beat. It's really like a turning point, and I really love the 1989 era. I love all of them, but so again, 1989 album cover is just kind of her look with this bird shirt on, which I didn't have, so I went for her tour. I don't even have to say it anymore. You know where I'm going with this. So this was probably the trickiest one to come up with, but she wore so many like bright colors, like purple, pink, blue was really the color scheme in the 1989 era. It's just like neon lights, like super bright. So I went with this blue satin skirt that I think kind of worked well, and I feel like it kind of looks like her tour look. I'll put a picture of the inspiration that I had. Obviously it's not exact, and she did change the colors for different shows each night, so hopefully this is a little bit close, but I think that the bright blue is really just kind of what matters. And then she had this really cool cross top, which I didn't have, but I just kind of paired it with a black top in hopes that it looked kind of okay. This also feels like an appropriate time to acknowledge my 1989 necklace. I wear it every day. My whole room is Taylor and Harry, so I don't know if you guys ever seen this angle of my room, but yeah, Taylor, Harry, Taylor and Harry. Oh, a picture fell down. And then I have my 2 signed CDs, and I got my cardigan today. It was supposed to be my birthday present, but my mom accidentally kind of showed it to me, so she let me have it now, and I'm in love with it. I feel like every video I record, I'm like, oh, I got new Taylor merch, because I can't stop buying or asking for it, so. Next era, Reputation. Rep is my favorite era. I don't know why. I know it was like a really dark time for Taylor, but she also says that it was just like, it looked dark from the outside, and obviously it was like one of the hardest times of her life where the entire media turned against her. But it was also like one of the most beautiful times of her life when she really saw who was there and cared for her, which if you watch her documentary, she says that, and also read her Rolling Stones interview. Amazing. And she just kind of says it was like beauty amongst chaos. Kind of like how you start with Ready For It, and it's this really aggressive like song, and then you end up New Year's Day, and it just kind of shows the evolution of that period of time in her life. So anyway, Reputation is the most iconic era to me for so many reasons, and I think it is the definitive moment of this decade. That aside, this is probably the weakest outfit I came up with. The Reputation cover is her in like this off the shoulder like slanted gray top, and I feel like when you think of Reputation, you don't necessarily think of that. You think of her tour outfits, her bedazzled like bodysuit with her tall boots, and I did not have the facilities for that big man, so I put spandex and a black shirt, and I put these purple boots that she wore during the end of the show when she was saying like, this is why we can't have nice things, and she's jumping in the fountain and everything, and I feel like they kind of resemble that. Obviously they're not the same, but I kind of wanted to incorporate that in because I didn't have any black shoes, so I felt like adding this little pop of color would be okay, even though it's not completely accurate. So please excuse that, but just know this is my favorite era of all time. The next era is Lover. Again, one of my favorite eras. I just feel like it's kind of my aesthetic, and my whole room is comprised of Lover and Reputation era. Like I literally painted that Lover thing up there, and there's a Lover Spotify thing on my wall. This is my only personality trait if you haven't noticed. Lover, pink pastels, blue, unicorns, rainbows, skies, I don't know. You just get the idea. Lover, like you look at the album cover and you're like, yeah. Go from Reputation to Lover, and it's like it just really shows her growth and how happy she is now, and I love that for her. Anyway, I went for the You Need to Calm Down music video look where she has this big fur jacket on with like a bikini, high-waisted. I just think that this is really iconic, and on the Era sweatshirt that I just got, that's what she's wearing on it. So I felt like I had to go for this, and I think it actually turned out pretty good, so here it is. last era as of right now is Folklore. We're in Folklore era. I love Folklore. It's amazing. It's so like calming and serene, and it's just, I love that it's not necessarily biographical, because I think it just shows her skills as a songwriter. She doesn't have to write from personal experience to write amazing songs, and I just, Folklore itself, I just love it. So anyway, for Folklore, when I think of Folklore, since we don't have a tour yet, I thought of the album cover where she's wearing this really long coat with a long like nightgown kind of thing underneath it, and also the Cardigan music video, she's wearing a similar thing but without the jacket. So what I did was I paired this really long kind of like plaid dress, which it's blue. I really wish it was like sepia toned like the whole Folklore album is, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And then I paired a long jacket over it to kind of capture the essence of the album cover, and I think it turned out really cute. And I mean, it's not the most accurate, but I tried, and I think it's pretty fitting. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun putting these outfits together. Let me know if there's like another artist you want me to do eras of. I don't know anyone as well as I know Taylor Swift. Harry Styles, I obviously know him very well, but he only has 2 eras, so not much I can do there. Oh, also I have rings. Harry Styles and Taylor Swift. I know, it's weird. I don't ship them together. Everyone's like, oh, you're a Haler? That's so gross. That's so annoying. I'm not a Haler. I don't ship them together, but I love them separately, and it's probably, if either one of them saw me wearing rings, like one of them on one finger, one of them on the other, they'd be like, you're creepy. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like this type of video. If you like me to incorporate my dolls more in my videos, I'm trying. I just don't have that many ideas that have to do with them, I guess. So comment below if you have any ideas for me as well, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!